What up? I'll put my music back on. Here we are. I believe this is round four, round five,
5.
round
We're in round
five.
5, I think.
Popping in for the first ever Riftbound regional that happened at time of recording last weekend. My name's Tim. I'm joined here with Barrett from Riftbound Ramblings. Go support his channel. You can find it in the links in the description and slash or the title. With that though, buddy. Round 5 coming in hot as we pull up tiny cams. Whoop. This one is two boogeymen of the format, right? We've got Master Yi versus Kaisa. What are your thoughts here on this matchup?
I think this is going to be very telling, I think, for not just for us as the spectators and the commentators, but for the people at home that are watching it, either on YouTube or here live with us. This is the big debate. I mean, Kaisa is the spell slinging, typically has answers to what Master Yi is doing, but sometimes can struggle against the large units that are constantly coming out on the Master Yi deck, versus the most represented character at the event, Master Yi, because these players truly do believe this is the answer to Kaisa. But I just gave you a good reason why Kaisa is pretty good against Master Yi. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, because every time I watch this match or these two legends go against each other, the intricate deck choices that each player puts inside of their deck matters so much that it really could go either way. Well, we got to see
I
the roll.
yeah, we got to see the roll. So it is pick basis and then roll. Man, love the base placement where one of them is like a little closer to the other, so you can tell who picked what. Because I believe Master Yi picked the Dreaming Tree, which is the first time that you choose a friendly unit here with a spell, you draw a card. Very relevant for his calm abilities, buffing his own units, interacting with his own units to keep that hand size up. And then Kaisa picked Void Gate, which says spell and ability is affecting units here deal 1 bonus damage. Each instance of the damage the spell deals is increased by 1. So if you use that, I believe you said it's Rising Star. It's
Falling Star
Falling
says
Star.
do this twice,
3
which is
twice.
do
It's
3
4
twice.
twice.
It'd be 4 twice, which is great.
Yeah.
And of
Yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah.
the Acathian Rain, the signature spell for Kaisa, is do this 6 times, which is deal twice. And all of a sudden, if you're picking units that are at the Void Gate, you get an immense amount of value very quickly. And so it's the reason why a lot of Kaisas typically do pick it for game 1. It's the one battlefield across all Kaisa decks that you see always be represented. Handshakes from the players. Looks like Master Yi won the die roll. So we're going to go ahead and channel our first 2 runes and kick things off.
Yeah, Master Yi playing out the having the body runes, a bit of a more late game idea with Kaisa being on Fury Mind. We've seen very aggressive tendencies from this deck early, even though we have the so I like the battlefield placement. I hate where you put your guy.
I hate where you put the unit on it. They literally have the 2 giant zones for it, right? Just put it in
Yeah.
the rectangle, right? No, I
Yeah.
understand. But we're going in for the attack. We're immediately getting responded with a Hextech Ray from the side of Kaisa. But he said, nope, I've got my own trick. How about an On Guard, which is going to give it just enough might to survive this Hextech Ray?
So interesting.
We're doing back and forth. So, because you attack, I have no abilities being played. The Kaisa player plays Hextech Ray. That goes on the stack. To the response, before the Hextech Ray resolves, you're allowed to play the On Guard, so it's going to get the extra benefits, but it still takes the damage, and it will remember that damage. So,
Well,
a showdown
did have to happen, right?
I think the difference is when you have a showdown not involving another player, aka another person's units, the damage isn't healed.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because there's only 2 instances in the game where damage is healed, which is after a showdown.
Yeah.
But because they're not fighting enemy units, like, sorry, the best way I should describe this is, I'm pretty sure the word showdown only happens. I guess that's not true. Let me look. I'm gonna look up Hextech Ray.
It's tough because
It is a showdown. The term showdown still happens, but like
nobody fights.
Yeah, like there's no fight that happens, which I think is when the health is healed. So I don't know. I'd have to look it up
Un-
specifically. I actually don't
unsure.
know if that was correct, to be
It looks
honest.
like the
I don't know if
tokens
that
were
was
pulled
correct.
off by the judge, so I think that it is, it does heal back, and we were just waiting for it to happen.
Yeah,
Unsure though.
I'm
Unsure.
looking.
Hey, comments. This is why you exist. It's week 1, baby.
Units heal from combat damage when. Yes, units heal. Units everywhere will heal from damage at the end of every combat and at the end of every turn. That means if a unit survives through damage assignment, it'll be back to 0 damage at the end of the combat.
Combats. Showdowns initiate combat. Showdowns can initiate combat. Combat is between two dudes. Love it.
Yes.
Okay. So from here, looks like all Kaisa did was pay R4, bring out the Kaisa to be played, but and passed it back to
Not
Master
accelerated.
Yi. Master Yi, 6 runes, trying to figure out how do I deal with this impactful Kaisa and keep her off the board, because you decided to play it nice and slow.
That's what I think the biggest note I have right now is that I'm not saying the players are playing slower. I think the exchange of how we're accumulating our battlefields and bases right now is way slower than what we saw in the last match of Ari versus Master Yi, which makes sense, right? Because the Ari Master Yi matchup are units doing damage to each other in combat while still using a little bit of supplement of spell tricks. Whereas this is a Kaisa deck. This is a spell slinging deck at its core versus a unit deck with some spicy tricks from the Calm domain, of course. So not overloading your board makes a lot of sense as the Master Yi, showing that restraint and then combating other combat tricks with some of your own. But this cleave getting played here on attack, giving this Kaisa Assault 3, pretty single-handedly is going to help this win, but the Zonia's Hourglass is going to keep it alive. But we take the Conquer so we can get our point and then draw a card.
It is very funny to watch the judge not be able to reach the discard pile and throw the cleave. It was very funny. Yeah. That does not stay on the battlefield. Yeah, exactly. It has to leave.
But the reason we did that timing was because we wanted to play the cleave as the Kaisa was at the battlefield with the effect that says if I target one of my units with an effect, I get to draw a bonus card. We want to get the benefit from that selection, and then we get to draw another card again with Kaisa. So this is one of those situations, Tam, where we've talked about before. Your battlefield selection matters so much because if you pick a battlefield that is going to end up giving more value to your opponent than you yourself, and this is already against the Kaisa deck that draws a million cards, it seems, you're helping them even further. There's no max hand size in this game. You're just giving them more resources, more chances to have answers.
Yeah, turning every spell Kaisa plays into a Lux legend trigger is bad. Just full stop.
Well, only the ones that target your guys, the dealing damage guys and the smoke screens, they're not going to help you draw cards, of course, but
you can smoke screen your own guy. That's it. Just saying.
Whoa!
My guy's got -4. Whoa!
Kiana coming in here, hopefully going to take this Conquer unless there is a spell being played when we enter this showdown, but the deflect might be enough of dissuasion. We're going to take the bonus draw, though, from the Kiana Conquer ability. Not opting for the Channel Rune, which I think matters, is fine. And we still haven't played a card for the turn. That was just us creating and accelerating with what we already had on the board. Still have this Poro as well, but Master Yi says we want to really defend alone. So we don't really want to share space with the Kiana, and this Poro is not currently big enough to deal with this Kaisa.
Yeah. Interesting. Pit rookie comes in, buffing up this Kiana, saying that it is nice and big, and an allure coming in to grab this spell.
The Raven Bloom.
Saying that
student. I think it's a student, but as long as I get one word right, we're good. The Raven Bloom. It's getting charmed up, and so we are going to see a spell response. The smoke screen here is going to be massive. We spent the power cost from Kaisa to help us pay for this, but the deflect says we have to pay at least one more. That -4 is going to be enough for it to matter. And funny enough,
trading the Raven Bloom for your
they trade off.
Very bad. It's not good for Master Yi's side, but I guess gets a card out of Kaisa's hand. Yippee!
It's a card. It's an extra recycle cost for deterring and setting back runes, which that is a real part of this game. We've seen it matter at least in 2 games now, right, Tam? Where like you spending recycle costs and then you ending up maybe not having the correct recycles anymore to pay for certain cards can be the reason why you just actually can't physically play cards anymore.
Yeah.
Playing a
Speaking
Clockwork Keeper,
of the keeper coming in, choosing whether or
choosing
not we
not to.
want to. Player might be taking his time. Do I care about the card? It looks like we do. We're gonna get the draw.
It
I
makes
wanna
sense. You got to keep up with the Kaisa draw.
We're watching at 1.5 speed. I think that decision took actually like 10 seconds. It was 5 for us. It's crazy.
Oh, sure.
Crazy long time. That card.
Ready's
He's like,
up.
is this the one that makes the game happen?
8
look like
energy turn.
Spirit Mother coming in, just letting us capitalize, makes the little temporary spirit grab us of the bonus point, tying back up the game, establishing the board with the Spirit Mother back in base. Good tempo play.
Yeah, we got the hold point already from the Kaisa, which like means we're not going to get the conquer effect, obviously. But now with this Kaisa still readied, we can exhaust her and move her back to base and keep our units safe, which is what Kaisa is really, really good at. But hey, you said one Sprite Mother. How about a second one, which gives us another token, which you can just slam onto that battlefield, and it comes in ready.
Yeah, interesting. I almost want to put it at the other battlefield. Well, the spirits can't hold, correct? They break
Correct.
before.
They will disappear.
Okay.
Yeah, the temporary keyword says they disappear before the hold point would come in. But
Okay.
because it's in conjunction with the Sprite Mother, here's the reason why I don't like temporary. You ready? You as the attacker of Master Yi, when you go in, you attack, you can choose to send your might damage assignment to just the Sprite Mother. And if you kill the Sprite Mother, they don't get the hold point. You will have successfully deterred them from getting the score by just killing off the Sprite Mother. These sprites are just like buffer fodder so that it can't get conquered.
Yeah. Can I say something about the graphic at the bottom of the screen? I like the fact that you've got the red words on the bottom, which I think mean rested, or active or whatever. We've got
They
some
mean
that
exhausted. Yeah, they
exhausted,
say exhausted.
and
Yeah,
then not exhausted, which is a good touch. I like that a lot.
it is very much. I think you could almost tell all of the entire game state by not actually looking at any of the cards being moved on the state or on the board, and you look at the top line and you look at the bottom line of the game. You can,
It's really clean.
which is such. You ready? I'm gonna say this because hopefully one day we're like actually broadcasting. I think it's so smart when it comes to being a commentator and being able to just give information to the players without having to stare at cards and look at wings or where going. Because it's like this is where it matters. We play a Void Seeker here, and the pointing of the players and picking which cards matter. That's where we talk about what is happening and going on in the play right now. But when it comes to the game state, someone can show up out of nowhere and know exactly what's going on the board state wise as long as you can read the UI. But we see the response here of a discipline. It's going to give some extra might and redraw us a card, targeting our own guy with, again, the battlefield rat draws us another bonus card. So we're going to still lose the unit, make it a little more difficult, but we're going to get some extra draw bonuses here, really taking advantage of that battlefield that we put in.
Yeah, I think with how much aggression the spells have on Kaisa's side, I think 2 isn't really going to be that impactful. So I think getting to redraw, and then since we had a unit at the base that says redraw, grab the extra one is going to just be more value than the +2 could really represent. Unless there's something like this Snapvine that we absolutely have to keep on board. I really like the heads up play, not one that I think that I would have made. So very cool heads up.
Yeah, and we're seeing a newer unit for the first time, I think, this event from the Kaisa deck. No, it's not right. It's just the Yordle. I thought it looked a little different when it was sideways. That's just a lecturing Yordle. Tank unit on play draws us a card. So it's going to help us keep this Kaisa alive, even by just a little bit when it comes to defending this battlefield. But we are going to see the Snapvine go in offensively against the Sprite Mother. Says, hey, I don't have any actions, but currently I'm winning here. And he goes, yeah, you can have it. We're going to resolve the fight. Combat will end. Snapvine will heal. We'll take our point, go to 5.
Yeah, so the question there is did we have something that can fire away and keep us alive? But I think 5-5 both holding a base is probably okay, unless there's an alluring coming through to go grab this Kaisa unit, drag it over to this Snapvine. The question is do we have any responses to this one being played? And it looks like we do, but with Kaisa committed, or Kaisa exhausted, it is going to force us to actually recycle these 2 runes, putting us back in the tempo and letting Master Yi next turn have more runes than us. But it looks like
just the one, luckily, be out because we are going to smoke screen the Snapvine like you said, but
yeah.
The charm resolves, and they clarified this on the frequently asked questions. When we go to make this decision, when you play the charm, because it selects an enemy unit and then selects for it to move, you have to make the choices of the card before it resolves. So that information matters a lot when you're like the Kaisa deck, because it's like, well, what unit are you picking and where are you telling it to go? And so when he goes, well, I'm going to make this Kaisa fight my Snapvine, I'm going to move it over here, and you go, okay, so then I need to use a trick here, like the smoke screen, to make things a little bit harder. But we had a trick of our own, keeping our Snapvine alive, and all of a sudden we are very quickly losing all of our board state here as Kaisa, and taking over the other battlefield, going to 6, and even playing some more support like the first mate to bring our Snapvine back and keep it alive. Oh, what an incredible turn here from Master Yi.
Yeah, that was really good, but we've got a ton of runes to play with over on Kaisa's side. Yes, our board is empty, but a couple key spells can clean up this board state, and Kaisa does not necessarily care where your units are, battlefield or at home. It's fine. We're going to get them all. And it looks like Rising Star. Did I get it that time?
Falling Star.
Falling Star? It's a 50-50. It's the coin flip.
It goes one way, right? It's rising or falling. Absolutely.
The diagonal escalating star.
This is the strength I talked about at the beginning of the match on why Kaisa. Because this one Falling Star represents killing 2 Yi units without the Yi legend ability working, because we're not defending. This is just happening in the main state of the game, in the main phase, right? So, like, hey, I'm presenting to you, I'm going to kill both of your units on your battlefields, and it looks like it resolves. We don't have any tricks, so you spend the energy there, and here comes a Darius that's going to come in ready because it sees itself played as the second card. So it comes in ready, it gets 2 might, and then you can immediately go over. Yeah, it sees itself played as the second card.
I love that. Love that. Yeah, cleaning up the battlefield there, opting to go for the 2-for-1 on the spell trade and then go grab the thing. I think that on our turn as Master Yi, we can't just go crash this Snapvine into the Darius.
Fully committing.
Reinforcing
this is a crazy
play is
play.
Going to be pretty tough.
It's going to be tough because I think you're looking at the other side of the board. Oh, the Dead Bloom from hand is crazy answer. It also has deflect here, Tam. Yeah. It's an 8 might unit staring across 7 might. It's devastating. And he goes, yeah, man, you have the Snapvine. That's game.
That's
going
game.
To the Master Yi player. Oh my gosh, that was nuts. We love the Dead Bloom.
Yeah, we watched Kaisa go for the 2-for-1 play using a spell, and Body was just like, yeah, watch this. You think your 2-for-1's cute? Mine scores points.
I thought what it was going to have to be, Tam, was that we played our Master Yi champion unit. It comes in ready. That represents 7 might. And we could either find a way for like a single like spell trick to give that Master Yi like 1 more might or something would have been the play. Master Yi goes there, Snapvine goes to the other one. But the Dead Bloom play, completely eliminating that board, then moving the Snapvine to the other one, taking the game win. It was great. I thought that was so good. I didn't see the Dead Bloom coming at all. I mean, that's the strength, right? When you get to these large rune counts for the body domain, is that you get to play things like Dead Bloom, and it's such a high impact, right? Because not only was it that 8 might, Tim, if that wasn't for the winning turn, this 8 might unit now has deflect also that this Kaisa deck really struggles to deal with.
Yeah. 100%. Both players here figuring out, I think we're trying to just get information to the casters of which bases we picked, and it looks like
our choices, I think. Or no, that was game 1's was in the middle. So now we've moved on to Master Yi has the battlefield that says when you hold here, draw a card.
Correct. Which is
and
called
then Kaisa has evolved
Grove of the God Willow, which is cool.
Yeah, with it's got the Watcher on it.
Yeah,
Watcher on 2 cards.
And then
we've
got
I don't know what's the Kaisa one pick.
When you conquer here, ready 2 runes at the end of this turn. Which is going
great
to be,
when you're the Spellslinger deck.
Yeah, 100%. But I will say, with the I guess it's when you conquer here, not when you hold here, right? And so
Only
you're going
when
to
you
be
conquer.
asking Master Yi, the deck that wants to sit and stay on a base, make that summer home, to sit on a battlefield, travel back to base, and then go to the go back in order to activate it. Decision
The second fist bump.
lines.
We got a double fist bump.
Yeah, we've seen so many fist bumps. I think it's actually
They're
the
really
visual
excited.
cue for production to like do the spin and like make things happen, because every
Yeah.
time that we see the fist bump, it goes back and we lose the graphic, which I think is smart. It's,
Yeah. Man, we have yet to see like a Master Yi deck on stream like not play a turn 1 unit, which is so important. I think when you play against these Kaisa decks, of just like, yes, you have to deal with these spells that are going to keep getting slung your way, but you have to keep establishing a board state, because as you know, Tam, like if you lose a board state sometimes in this game against certain decks, it's just curtains. The entire game could be over completely if you don't have a way back in. But what a crazy turn 2 play there from the Kaisa deck. We already played our turn 1 unit ourselves, we moved it in, and then played a Sprite Mother on top of it, saying, I'm going to hold this point, I'm going to use your own battlefield against you and get this extra draw, and put a mighty lead here on the might-wise. 5 might to kick things off here on this battlefield. Very strong play.
Yeah, it's strong, and
The
I'm sure
difference
that
against-
Master Yi is like sitting here contemplating, all right, how do I get these 3
That's-
dweebs off
That
my
Snapvine is definitely a
battlefield?
way to do it. That Snapvine in hand is definitely a way to do it, but he said, no, I really need to get on the board, and that Conquer ability is going to go in, that we are allowed to ready 2 of our runes, but it happens at the end of the turn, so it's not like a ready 2 on Conquer. It's an on Conquer, create this floating effect, basically. Zonia's Hourglass coming in for 2. Means
For free.
The Snapvine is not going to get...
It's free.
Yeah, Snapvine. It's free, and we pass. But the temporary unit will disappear. You held it. You will get your draw, and then we will channel our 2 runes, and you still got 5 might sitting on that battlefield.
Yeah, all tied up, fun to fun, but Kaisa has drawn a bonus card, probably winning that turn exchange. 5 units, or 5 runes to 5 runes, with Kaisa having 5 might on the board at battlefields. Master Yi technically has 6 if you really want to like squint and look at it, because if this first mate dies, it will go back and then come back. But we got the elder hold on, I know it. It's a Porgs are from Star Wars. I got it. Poro. It's a Poro, right? No, it's a
It
Yordle.
is a Poro.
No,
It's a Yordle.
It's a Yordle.
Yeah, it's a Yordle.
Are Yordles Poros?
Yeah, it's a Yordle. No,
Are
they're
they-
not.
they're not
sorry.
the same
You
thing?
said Poro, and I believe you because you
Yeah.
said a correct League of Legends term, and so I got excited. But no, Yordle is a race of creatures. But yeah, this is a Yordle, similar to Ewoks, kind of if you think about it this way.
Okay.
But they can be shaped in. They're all different shapes and sizes. The Vi coming in. Whoa!
That's huge.
Most Vi's I've seen in Kaisa decks are typically sideboarded, if not maybe like one of them main boarded. But Vi being able to be a big, heavy might swinger when you need her to be, as long as your discard pile or your trash is filled, you can keep putting cards back into your deck, recycling them, and you can give extra might to the Vi. But we're seeing the Master Yi champion unit hit the board very early.
Yeah, and I think it instantly moved up, but I'm not sure what's happening with... Oh, we traded and used the Hourglass to bring it
traded?
back. Love
Yeah,
that play.
that's-
He said, no more points for you. Stop drawing cards. I need you to knock it off, man.
I was gonna be worried, Tam. When we played that extra lecturing Yordle onto that battlefield, we now racked up 7 might defensively for that battlefield that wants to be held. And again, the Kaisa player is doing such a good job of using your opponent's battlefields against them, which is a swing you didn't think was going to be happening right away. But this on Conquer effect of readying 2 not getting nearly as much value for the Master Yi player when they used it versus the Kaisa player being able to have take their money and run this entire game. But having a gear on the side of the for the Kaisa player, we're going to play a Darius here, but that's the only card we're going to play, and we didn't even want to swing with our Vi because it is very weak on defense, staring across this Master Yi and First Mate. So all of a sudden, I think the tempo really coming back on Master Yi's favor with that crazy play.
Yeah, I really liked it. Trade my gear for literally 3 of your units is like such a... We talked about 2-for-1s earlier in the match. That was a 3-for-1, right?
You know what's really nuts
good.
here? If we have another pit fighter first mate in our hand, we can do this crazy play now, which is you go in, you can swing with Master Yi, take this, we're going to use a charm, so we're going to try and contest this Darius here, but if you have another first mate, you can play it, ready the Master Yi, and that Master Yi has ganking, you could have found a way, we see the retreat response for the Darius, and then we see the Defy on the retreat. Darius, it all resolves, Darius goes in, they fight each other, it loses, and then we're going to see the double conquer turn here from Master Yi. Incredible turn here from Master Yi. And all of a sudden, this might be a 2-0, Tam.
Yeah, it's looking dire. I think this Kaiser's got something to do. But Vi sitting at home, this discard pile is filling up. The more spells that we play means that more chances that we get to recycle. We've got, what, 5 in the discard pile now? If we find way to put 2 more cards in there, this Vi will trade with the Master Yi that's at the base, because of Master Yi's Legend, and saying, and I'll trade my 2-cost recycle 1 unit for your 7-cost recycle unit. I'm down. I'm so down. And we haven't even played. Oh, just kidding. Shoot.
Void Seeker. Void Seeker only does 3 though, and then gives it a draw. So this one's different. So it deals 4. Sorry. So
4.
The Master Yi's still at 2. Which means we don't need as many resources. But hey, how about not 1 Void Seeker, 2 Void Seekers coming in here, and so we can deal another 4 and draw another card. And we had the gear to do this, right? We had Kaisa for the first power cost, and then the gear for this other one. We have to make the choices right here and now, but we have an entire readied rune resource. But there's the Master Yi getting killed with 0 combat damage dealt. Not getting, again, the use of that Master Yi legend ability, not even coming into fruition because we're not defending. We're just getting shot at.
Well, that one doesn't have minus. Oh, it deals damage. It doesn't reduce might. I'm crazy. It deals damage, not reduces might. I'm sorry.
Yeah, deal 4 against the 6 might unit.
My brain stopped for a second. And I was like,
yeah. So we are getting recycle 5, I think is what it was. So onto this Vi, which is a 2 might base. Oh, 6. Looks like we did 6.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to easily overpower this, even with the Master Yi ability. So all of a sudden, a reversal of fate. We did take the Conquer. We get to ready our 2 runes at the end of the turn. And with 20 minutes left in the second game still, we have started to catch right back up.
Yeah, but...
And we had so many of those readied runes, Tam, and we just didn't use them at all.
Master Yi
playing very calculated and slow.
Has runes, but no longer has the champion in the pocket, right? Kaisa played very, very patiently and still has this very aggressive, when I conquer, draw a card available to us with the accelerate cost. It's possible that we're gonna, if Master Yi cannot establish a board again, instantly proving me wrong, can easily go score a bunch of moves.
This is the biggest Poro of all time, Tam. This Poro just got +8 might for the turn from this White Flame Protector, and it's still going to have the shield effect, and it's still going to have the Master Yi effect when we go and pass back to our opponent. Again, like you said, we might see that Kaisa come out this turn because now we're once again left with 0 units on our base or battlefield as the Kaisa player, and now you're staring at a White Flame Protector that can swing next turn, and you still have a Poro you have to deal with, and you gave 2 runes back to them. We have 2 ready resources now for the Master Yi, so that these things like charms or on guards can be played. But the 1,000-tailed Watcher coming in, and we are going to accelerate it. So for 8 and 2 recycle, we are going to try and conflict and contest against this Poro.
Question
and it
for
looks
you:
like we have some sort of trick.
If we take and we -3 might the White Flame, and then shoot it with a 5 damage spell, does it kill it?
It dies.
It dies. Whoa. Yeah, this 1,000 what double on guard? He said on guard.
Double on guard.
That
because it was by itself.
Was swinging, dude.
Now, we did see the rebuttal here. That was going to be just enough to get to this 1,000 tail, but we saw the cleave response happen onto the 1,000 tail, which is an extra 3 might swing for 1 card, whereas we saw the 2 cards have to come out from Master Yi. But now we're seeing a second White Flame Protector giving +8 to this other White Flame Protector. Again, a 16 might unit swinging it in, going to 6 points, and again, Kaisa doesn't have a board.
Yeah, did you see the Kaisa player? Yeah, that face. That face happened when the second White Flame came onto the table. Just like, shucks, I guess, dude.
Yeah, I think we're
Looking
asking a
like
ruling question.
it's either
or
we
we dropped
dropped a
something, I don't know.
card or something. Sounds like we've got 15 seconds.
Judge call!
Yeah, as we're looking, or maybe we might have unplugged our headset.
We're under technical issues. We love that.
Yeah.
All right, so resuming back on the play. Alrighty, so we missed the first spell that got played, but the second spell was a Void Seeker. Again, that's the last Void Seeker, by the way, in the entire match. And then we're just going to play our Lecturing Portal here for 3. We're going to draw a card, and he goes, awesome, that's great. You still don't have an answer to this other White Flame Protector, and I'm going to present game maybe if I have an Accelerate unit right here and right now as you're completely turned sideways. This could be a 2-0. We're going to take over this one, go to 7. Damn, I'm in suspense. We have only 2 cards left in our hand of Master Yi, actually playing almost all of the cards they possibly can this entire game.
If we
What
have
do
another
they
Master
have?
Yi in hand, I mean, it's over, right? We're taking a
Typically,
look.
you don't play more than one. You just play the one in your champion zone for most Master Yi decks, but that'd be a good deck building choice, but not typically what we see nowadays. Oh,
Something went wrong.
and we died.
Okay.
We got DDoS. No!
Let's reload. Speaking of technical difficulties.
We have our own. It's okay. Oh,
And
right back where we
then-
were. That's great.
Yeah. Looking like 1.25. And then
All right. We are messing with the discard pile. What did we play?
Come back there, transition. Oh, that's the wrong screen. We transitioned? Does you never see card on the screen?
Oh, nice.
Do you want me to back it up?
No, we're good. We're good. I think we were just looking at the discard pile to see what was in there and what could potentially happen. But I think what's going to happen is we're just going to pass back to Kaisa, not having an answer to win the game, but instead we're going to sit on this White Flame Protector that, at least while defending, it's a 10, but by its lonesome before we get to damage, or by any sort of effects, it's going to get stupefied for
Hit with
-1
anger.
might for the turn. And then we're going to see a Darius as the second card for the turn. It's going to see itself get +2 might. We are really trying everything we can to eliminate this White Flame off of the board right now with a full readied rune stage, or rune, I don't know.
Master Yi.
Master Yi has all of their runes available to them, all 8 of them. We could see some crazy defense. Things like a Primal Strength for +7 might could be huge if we're just trying to fight on the front of, I'm going to swing all of my units at this thing and see what you can do about it.
Yeah, right now we
doing
have
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
We gotta find 5. No, we gotta find a little bit more because of the -1. So 6 question mark? Because it's a 10
Disciplined.
while defending. So currently 9, 9, 10, 11. 3 more we trade.
9, 10, and it looks like we didn't get enough off of that discipline effect, but we do get to assign our might. Makes sense. Kill everything off except for the temporary unit that will disappear and not give a score, but we're going to play a Vi champion unit that we had from our hand. A second one has hit the table now for this game.
Huge.
Reestablishing our board, going to 5 points, but again, we're in the same scenario. We deny the hold score for the win, and we are not necessarily finding the right cards that we need to close this out. No Accelerate units in hand, but we do still have meaningful things to help us get back on the board. Pay for Kiana after we get there. So Kiana's going to come down, and then for another 3, we're going to play the first mate, swing in, give us the on-conquer effect. We're going to go for a double draw here, 1 from Kiana and 1 because we can't win off the point. Looking for something.
Wait.
If it was like another first mate, we can play it, ready the first mate we played, and then go in for game. But it looks like we didn't get it.
Why do we draw twice? I'm sorry.
Okay, so in Riftbound, when you're at 7, you
Yeah.
can't win the game unless you conquer every battlefield in the same turn.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you get a benefit if you conquer a battlefield while getting there.
I see.
Which is you draw a card.
Love that.
So we can't move to 8. Instead of moving to 8, you draw 1. And then if you were to go to the next battlefield, you just win the game, right? But this also works in multiplayer, that if there are 3 battlefields and you're at 7, if you conquer the first one, you draw a card. And when you conquer the second one, you draw a card. And the third one, you can win. So that's the extra benefit of this.
I see.
But we played the Kiana. We didn't draw what we needed to win the game on that spot. Kiana's going to die here to another Vi getting played, recycling a ton of the cards back into our deck. The Sprite Mother that we still had is going in. And then we finally play our chosen champion unit. from our champion zone. The Kai'Sa is going to come in. We're going to get the Conquer with the Accelerate. We're going to draw our card. And then we're going to ready.
Thousand Tails
Watcher
comes down.
Extra defense here, posturing game. They're at 7 points themselves. Can we find a way to eliminate all of the units on the board? Because it is currently any hold win or any hold point wins the game here for Kai'Sa here. We're running out of resources. We drew a ton of cards. Primal Strength to give +7 might to our first mate here.
Very
Putting
tough
it up to
spot
7
to be in.
Or 10, sorry. 10 might.
On
Discipline
guard.
for another bonus.
Yeah.
Draws.
3.
Another 2
10,
more. It's at 12.
12?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It currently ties. We swing in. We play the on guard. Because it's by itself, it gets another bonus too. He wins the battlefield and gets a draw, but it wasn't. We saw a posture here.
And there it is. The game's
and
over.
he goes, I don't have enough to get the other one. You're going to win off the hold
Oh.
point. Game 2 going to Kai'Sa with only 7-ish minutes left in the round. That was a crazy try, though.
That was a good try. I think we had the snap
Bit of snap by, but it cost 5. We only had 3 left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had to spend. Be ready? Because we were forced our hand, we had to play. Even if we saved, it would have been just the discipline. But the discipline, I think, drew us into that extra on guard, which allowed us to win the fight. So we got the bonus draw. It was just like one energy or one extra thing off. But at the same time, we were trying so hard to draw those cards to get things rolling. But we are immediately into game 3 after shuffling, after sideboarding decisions. We are immediately back in here with only about 3 minutes left before we go to time. Master Yi, of course, being on the play here. Our battlefields are different, and I don't know exactly what they are, but we're seeing the Poro play from turn 1, followed up by a Zonia's Hourglass into a Charm. You don't even feel as bad as if you get something out of your opponent's hand there, because you have the Zonia's Hourglass to back it up. But we're going a crazy turn 2 Darius play, just coming in committed. We're exhausted, and you pass it back as we go to 2 points from the hold.
Let's talk battlefields real fast. They'll matter. We've got
Yes.
Reaver's Row. When you defend here, you move a friendly unit from here to base. It is essentially...
That's really good.
You've got hourglasses on hourglasses. And then 4 to 5
Yeah.
position. When you defend here, choose a unit, it gains shield to this combat. So... as the defender, you are stronger, which Master Yi went first, which means that he can conquer battlefields, which means he'll be the defender more often, as long as he can keep this lead and keep his units alive away from these spells that Kai'Sa's going to be slinging.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Reaver's Row, I think, will matter a lot more for the Kai'Sa player when they're getting attacked into this. But Master Yi is going to want to hold on to this shield one probably a lot, because it basically doubles up that Master Yi effect. As we see this Darius as we pass back, we didn't play anything on Master Yi's turn. We played nothing. But it has shield 2 on top of the shield 1 that the Poro already has, and then the Master Yi effect. This Poro right now is sitting very healthily, that if it gets attacked is on like 7 might.
Yeah. 2-drop 7 might creature while defending is pretty darn scary. And it looks like another Darius coming in, but it's bigger than 7.
And it was the second
10.
More than 10, right? Because as they both see the second Darius getting played, they both get +2 might to them. They both get the re-ready proc. So they're actually 14 might here, Tam. Because of that, we're only going to be able to trade with one of them. Obviously, going to trade with the 7 guy. It doesn't matter. They all add up. 7 versus 7, even with the Stupefy coming in. But we had another Poro. We're going to play it immediately and get it moving. Or we Zonia's Hourglass it, I'm sorry. We're going to move it right back up, and we're going to keep onto this shield battlefield. It's now 3-1, going back to Kai'Sa's turn. Going to try and Hextech Ray it, and boom, the shield only matters when defending. It's still a 2 might base, and instead, we just have this neat little 1-cost spell immediately killing off that Poro.
I can just imagine he's actually shield down looking at the butterfly, and then this crazy robot arm comes up and shoots him with a laser. Just out of combat. I love it. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Sprite Mother coming in, grabbing the base, grabbing the point, but more importantly, trying to keep Master Yi off of these points as we got about a minute into overtime. Our job here is we can't let units touch these battlefields. So while a fictitious monster, it's going to do its job this turn, probably.
Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, based off of these overtime rules, and I'd have to go dig into the tournament rules to figure it out, but I assume at the end of whatever the overtime time is, which I think is 10, the person with the most amount of points will win. Um, if that is still a tie, I think we go to turns, and if turns don't work, then it's just a draw. I don't know, or at the end of 10 minutes, it's just a draw. I'm not really sure yet. We haven't really seen that result happen. We've seen it go to time, but we have seen the other deck, specifically these Kaisa decks, still being able to squeak out a win in that scenario. But the 1,000-tailed Watcher coming in, giving -3 might on play, being able to move in with the accelerate cost, taking that first one, and then moving the Sprite Mother in to tie up the score points with 1 unit on each for Kaisa battlefield. And you have a Kiana that's going to get readied up, and we have quite a few runes here, 8, 10 to play with.
Oof. And
here comes a White Flame Protector.
a big Kiana.
We've seen the success of these really, big Kiana. Gonna be able to attack into the 1,000-tail Watcher and threaten the effect of the Reaver's Row, which says, okay, fine, I'll just move it back.
Yeah.
Kiana's
gonna get the +8 for one turn.
Yeah. Exactly. Just for the one turn, but the Conquer ability coming through, giving us a bonus draw here. And you can do the same thing here, though, as Tam, is that if you attack back into the Kiana, you can retreat it itself because of the Reaver's Row effect. But the bigger part of it here is that Kaisa is typically pretty good at just playing spells for removal instead. But the double score turn here for Kaisa is going to feel really good. One from the hold, and now from taking it back with the 1,000-tailed. Playing some extra units here to support. This is the Raven Bloom, and then also playing a Sentry, putting some crazy might numbers onto that Reaver's Row. And Reaver's Row says you can only save one of the units.
Yeah.
Just so you know. So it's probably going to be the Watcher if you present something and play enough resources to just kill off the battlefield anyway.
From here,
But
with
5
4 ready resources and Kaisa, I would be... Our hesitation here is, what battle trick do you have that isn't just going to blow me out of the water if I make the wrong misstep or I missequence anything in the wrong order? Actually taking his time, slowing the game down just a little bit to really focus and go, what is the plan? A to B to C, all the way to a victory.
Yeah, back to 10 runes this turn. We got rid of 2 because of the White Flame. We just got them back at the beginning of our turn. But I think we are just trying to figure out what is the correct call, because I agree with you, Tam. I mean, if you swing into even the Sprite Mother with your White Flame, and we have something like a Void Seeker is not enough to win. But if you swing with the Kiana, it is enough to win, even if they pay the deflect cost, right? So the 4 damage from the Void Seeker is actually just enough to kill the Kiana outright. But instead, we're going to pay 2 for a Pit Rookie here is kind of massive. It's a buff, but that buff will stick around, putting the White Flame up to 9 might, presenting a harder question here. He's like, anything? I got nothing. And it looks like we're going to tap Kaisa to generate a power, and we're going to go ahead and play the Smoke Screen here for -4 might onto the White Flame, and then responding with ourselves with our own On Guard here to give it an extra 2. So it's really just the -2 here, but because we played a spell, that Raven Bloom is going to get +1 might, which matters if we try and take over that battlefield next turn, or during this turn. The second Smoke Screen coming through. We saw this happen earlier this...
The base gives you Defender. They were tied with the singular Smoke Screen.
With the shield too,
yeah,
that's right.
With the shield too. And so this is now a trade. It's now, I believe, we gave it plus
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
4, then -8.
We're giving -8, and it was at 9. We actually just win. It actually is not a tie, Tam. We win the fight because a double hold here, Tam, is a victory for Kaisa. We have to contest it. We have to turn our board sideways and play this Master Yi just to deter the win, and it's going to work out. It comes in ready. And we go for it. And he goes, that's the end of time. The score is going to happen, I think, or the end of turns.
Look at these
and they're
smiles!
Like, you know what? Or it is turns. Maybe it is turns, and it's actually a draw because of the 6-6. There it is, the 1-1 draw. So it is turns, but you have 10 turns or 10 minutes to play it out. The 1-1, the draw, I mean, that makes sense, Tam. The 2 big boogeyman that people were talking about for this event, taking the draw makes sense.
Yeah. I dig it. I dig it. I love it. With that, thank you all for hanging out and watching this round. I think my Twitch just like broke. Thank you all for hanging out. I do greatly appreciate it. It was awesome. Round 5 in the books. Looks like we've got this was round 4? This was round 4. No, this was round 4. as we are headed into round 5, I believe.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, sorry, your
I-
videos are gonna be off.
That's okay. It's okay. With that though, if you liked this, make sure you go check out all the other videos that are me and Barrett casting the first ever Riftbound regional, as well as check out Riftbound Ramblings, Barrett's YouTube channel, which I will leave a link to in the description down below. With that, let's move on to the real round 5.
Spoilies, I think.